My ex-girlfriend sent me a message saying she'd driven my Lamborghini straight into a pond. Whoops. My $380,000 ride. I replied that mishaps occur. Next, I shared the dashboard recording with the authorities. She'd orchestrated the whole thing on purpose for Instagram fame, with her 2.4 million fans tuned in. Once her brand partners cut ties and she faced a lawsuit for the vehicle's complete worth. The initial video. Me, a 29-year-old guy, still reeling as I write this out. My former partner Sienna, 24, just wrecked the most valuable asset of my existence for some online buzz. And yes, prior to any questions, I busted my hump to afford that vehicle. Launched a tech firm at age 22. Cashed it out recently. The Lamborghini Huracan served as my single extravagant indulgence. Received the alert the day before at 3:14 p.m. during a conference call. Honey, stay calm. But I smashed your Lambo right into the water basin. Whoops. The thing's completely submerged. I'm okay though. Already notified the coverage folks. My pulse froze. Abandoned the session right away. Fingers trembling while I dialed her number. Went directly to voicemail. Tried once more. Zilch. Shortly after, an Instagram alert popped up. She's broadcasting live. Caption. OMG. I totally wrecked my guy's Lambo. Her 2.4 million audience glued to her position near the basin. My auto's rear lights just peeking from beneath the surface. She's putting on crocodile tears, yet I spot her glancing at the audience numbers amid the sniffles. Folks, I'm utterly trembling at this moment. I was merely aiming for a killer clip for you guys and slipped up. My man's going to lose it on me. The remarks were wild. Likes, weepy icons. Iconic material. That's precisely why we adore her. Coverage ought to handle it, darling. I messaged in reply, mishaps occur. Relieved you're unharmed. Then I contacted my coverage provider and law enforcement. Plus retrieved the dashboard video from the remote server. Turns out, Sienna was unaware the Huracan featured forward and backward lenses that automatically sync. The recording I viewed sent my rage surging. It captured her arranging a mobile holder on the panel. Chatting to the lens. Alright team, this'll be epic. The ultimate trending hit of 2024 on deck. Then intentionally speeding toward the basin's edge at 70 miles per hour, swerving sharply right before impact. Only she botched the timing. Rather than a close call for the reel, she plunged right in. The back lens recorded her paddling to the bank, right away yanking her spare device from a sealed pouch and firing up the broadcast. This had been premeditated. Follow-up 1. The following morning, cops arrived at our place early on. Actually, my place where she'd crashed without paying rent for 8 months straight. Sienna was midway through her daily beauty ritual on TikTok broadcast. Sweetie, mind grabbing the entrance? She yelled, her illumination setup beaming. I swung it open to 2 badges. We'd like a word with Sienna Rodriguez regarding yesterday's auto mishap. She emerged, clad in her satin wrap, gadget clutched tight. Officers, I've already submitted the coverage report. Purely a dreadful fluke. Miss, we've examined the dashboard recording your partner supplied. Please join us at headquarters. The shift in her expression. From that polished creator grin to outright alarm. Which recording? The one depicting you intentionally steering the ride into the basin while chatting about it going viral. Her feed was still active. 50K viewers witnessing her unravel live. A viewer snagged the clip. It's already racked up 10 million plays on Twitter. That's manipulated footage. Darling, back me up here. She pivoted to me, plea etched in her gaze. I handed over the raw documents straight from the auto's remote vault. Chronologically marked, location pinned. You're meant to stand by me. I'm your partner. You trashed my $380,000 ride for attention, Sienna. Merely a vehicle. And legally, it's somewhat hours since I've resided here. The badges swapped looks. Miss, accompany us immediately. She attempted the weepy ploy. I'm a creator. This amounts to bullying. My well-being. They booked her for coverage deception, hazardous conduct, and asset demolition exceeding $100,000. Felony status in our jurisdiction. Yet the highlight? Her gadget kept transmitting. Her audience observed her cuffing. The feedback flipped from cheers to cuts in moments. Deception diva. Picture trashing $380,000 for hype. Partner merits superior. Lockup phase approaching. By dusk she'd bonded out. Her mother fronted the cash. Returned to the spot, insisting I withdraw the complaint. Darling, it was purely material. You get the grind of remaining in the spotlight. You pulled off several serious offenses. Yet I credit you in all posts. Your venture gains visibility via my reach. Gather your belongings. You've got a day. She chuckled. Literally chuckled. You lack eviction power. I possess protections. You're absent from the agreement. You're a visitor. And I'm officially concluding your access. She detonated on Instagram. Shared a 10-panel tale on patriarchal poison, monetary mistreatment, and my preference for metal over affection. Labeled me in all. My company, my staff, my kin. In mere hours, her tale twisted. She emerged as the casualty of a domineering startup guy who'd ensnared her. The ride? Likely his own coverage scam. The recording? Fabricated. Then her mother rang. Gloria, what a piece of work. How could you inflict this on my girl? She aired. She willfully demolished my asset. Gloria. She's a performer. Occasionally performance demands forfeiture. Your offspring forfeited my ride for her performance. You startup types are identical. Zero spirit. That ride held no value for you. That ride equaled 18 months of scrimped funds. Sienna owns zilch. You possess it all. The bare minimum is skipping the prosecution. The minimum she could have skipped was the deception. I'll dismantle you. I know attorneys. Fine. Let them reach out to my counsel. Follow up 2. 3 days onward. The audacity ramped up to absurd levels. Initially, Sienna attempted re-entry at 2 a.m. Surveillance nabbed her fumbling with her outdated key. I'd swapped the mechanisms already. Then scaling the terrace. From level 3. In stilettos. Guards summoned police. She claimed residency and accused me of a psyche collapse, barring her entry. They requested residency evidence. She displayed. Her Instagram snaps shot inside the unit. Miss, social media doesn't verify dwelling. I boast 2.4 million devotees. Verify my authenticated mark. They phoned me to verify her non-residency. She earned a ban from the premises. Dawn the next day, I stirred to my Instagram swamped with feedback. She'd broadcasted that I was detaining her possessions, including her professional gear, illumination kits, and a gadget stand, totaling thousands in cost. I boxed it all, snapped pics of every piece, and deposited with the lobby attendant. Fired off one message. Your gear awaits at reception. Cease all outreach. Her comeback? She arrived with a filming squad. Engaged a legit camera operator to capture her fetching her items from her tyrannical former. The attendant alerted me. Sir, she's declining the crates unless you descend for the showdown on tape. Inform her 10 minutes to claim them or they hit the trash. She claimed them, but first engineered a collapse in the foyer. The operator appeared mortified. The real never surfaced. Likely since the attendant's voice echoes. Miss, this marks the 3rd attempt. Kindly retrieve your crates. Next arrived the judicial ramp-up. Her mother truly sourced an attorney. A bargain basement litigator who dispatched a note claiming $50,000 for psychological strain. $100,000 for revenue shortfall from image harm. $25,000 for improper ousting. Refund of the ride coverage disbursement that hadn't cleared yet. A formal retraction. My counsel's reply was masterful. Single sheet. Your ward confronts serious accusations for asset ruin and coverage deceit. Documented visually. Any lawsuit triggers instant retaliation for the ride's total plus court costs. The dashboard clip supplied to her coverage firm, poised for separate prosecution. Advise your ward prioritize her defense. Yet the summit of presumption hit when she launched a GoFundMe. Aid Sienna in battling startup guy oppression. The blurb was deranged. Alleged I forced her into risky feats for my amusement. The ride was presented. It wasn't. And now she's shelterless and scarred. Target. $500,000. She netted $3,000 prior to GoFundMe axing it for deceit. Those backers now seek reversals. Follow-up 3. 7 days passed. Her backers began bailing sequentially. Fashion Nova led off, followed by Bang Energy, then the wellness program she'd endorsed. Each issued notices against endorsing risky or unlawful acts. Her agent, indeed she employed one, terminated via mail and copied me. Owing to fresh incidents and looming accusations, we terminate service to Ms. Rodriguez. Exclude our firm from all proceedings. Sienna snapped, ignited a broadcast dubbed The Real Scoop on all. She confessed scheming the smash but insisted I was in on it. Claimed I urged her for coverage cash. Even credited me with the notion. Issue is, I sat in a logged video conference with 12 attendees during her plunge. My defense is ironclad. The coverage team viewed the feed. They're now litigating her for the total plus probe expenses. That's $380,000 alongside likely $50,000 more in charges. Her audience tally began bleeding. Shed $800K in 3 days. The replies turned vicious. Picture demolishing your existence for a trending clip. This illustrates when hype becomes your lifeline. That startup X evaded a catastrophe. Then an unforeseen twist unfolded. The basin event exploded on Reddit. A user unearthed her prior material, revealed she'd fabricated gags for ages, recruited performers, scripted responses. The full illusion. Her whole profession rested on fabrications. BuzzFeed latched on. Then Vice. Then Rolling Stone. The ascent and collapse of Instagram's most deceptive creator. Her mother dialed again, sobbing this round. Kindly withdraw the case. She's forfeited it all. She demolished it all, Gloria. She's spiraling. She's mentioning self-harm. Then secure her aid. Genuine aid. Not feed-based counseling. You're soulless. I'm down $380,000. Since your girl figured serious asset ruin would snag attention. She cherished you. She cherished my ride. And my unit. And the existence. She never cherished me. How dare you claim that? Gloria, I learned via the dashboard sound. In her prep for the feat, she had speaker on with a fellow called Jaden. Direct quote, once this trends, I'll ditch him and head to LA. Just milking him a bit longer. Quiet. She uttered that? It's captured fully. The state has it. Gloria disconnected. Follow-up 4. 14 days ahead, trial session. Sienna appeared in attire obviously styled for judicial flair. Still fixated on visuals, the narrative, the perspectives. Her counsel pushed it as a digital prank that backfired. The bench reviewed the dashboard clip, her setup, caught her discussing fame pursuit. Ms. Rodriguez, you willfully ruined another's asset worth $380,000. For online material. Your Honor, creation is my profession. That missed my point. Did you willfully smash the ride? Well, yes, yet for online material? Indeed. The bench appeared repulsed. You risked your safety, possibly bystanders, ruined assets, and tried coverage deceit for approvals? Her counsel sought salvage. Your Honor, my ward is youthful. She's 24, mature enough to grasp felony upon execution. She entered a no contest to lesser counts to dodge incarceration. 24 months oversight. 500 hours public duty. $380,000 repayment to me. $50,000 penalties. 0 digital platforms during oversight. That final clause shattered her. She truly inhaled sharply. No digital access. That's my livelihood. Otv pondered that precrimes for clips, Ms. Rodriguez. But here's her deeper woe. The coverage entity presses a distinct lawsuit. They seek probe outlays, court charges, and penalty sums. Her counsel projects at least $200,000 additional. The tax authority took notice too. Apparently, she dodged duties on her creation earnings. 36 months of undeclared revenue. That's a separate nightmare. Her dwelling, a compact her mother endorsed, faces ouster for unpaid dues. Her vehicle, rented naturally, was seized. Her whole world stood on pilfered funds and phony clips. Closing update. 30 days on, Sienna's mother phoned once more. Altered vibe now. Beaten. She's relocating homeward. To Iowa. All right. She possesses naught, understand. Must labor at her kin's tool shop. All right, she can't even hold a connected device. Oversight mandates. That's severe. Satisfied? You obliterated her world. Gloria. She steered my ride into a pond intentionally. On record, while plotting it. For material. You might have overlooked it. Coverage would have settled it. That's deceit, Gloria. Pure deceit. She's insignificant now. Insignificant. She's one confronting repercussions. That's not insignificant. That's universal. Gloria ended the call. My coverage at last processed. Post-depreciation and my share. I pocketed $290,000. Insufficient for a fresh Huracan, but sufficient to advance. Began seeing a fresh face last week. Rebecca. She's in numbers. Pilots a Toyota. Lacks Instagram. When I recounted Sienna, she remarked, hold on. She figured wrecking a $380,000 ride would boost her stardom. Grasped she nothing of online dynamics? Precisely. Precisely. Latest via shared contacts. Sienna's manning the till at her relative's outlet in backwoods Iowa. No device. No digital presence. No devotees. Merely tallying goods and dispensing coins. Patron recognized her and snapped a pic. She clarified she couldn't feature in shared online images legally. The lass who thrived on material can scarcely sustain it now. Her final Instagram upload pre-mandated wipe hit 2.8 million plays. It's the cuffing broadcast. Feedback persists. This soured like dairy in heat. Lamborghini triumphs. Hype Hunter 0. Picture life demolition in fast forward. A creator crafted a feature. Netflix eyes it. Provisional name trending to tapped out and creators collapse. They seek my input. Mulling it. The payout would offset my share. Oh, and curveball. Jaden, the chap she eyed for LA? He's paired with a rival creator. Shared a TikTok on evading disasters that trended. Even he's cashing in on her tumble. The Lamborghini? The recovery crew extracted it. Utterly ruined. Motor inundated. Circuits scorched. Chassis warped. They dismantled for components. A buyer snagged the helm on eBay for $500. The ad header? Helm from that trending Lambo smash. Even scrapped, my ride outvalues her profession. I'm not thrilled over the loss. Toiled fiercely for it. Yet there's poetry in one torching their world for fleeting spotlight and netting zilch of either. She craved trending status? Achieved it. Merely not per design. And I? Piloting a rented BMW these days. Total safeguards. Broad protection. And zero riders boasting over 10K on any platform. Absorbed the moral. Court ladies drawn to your essence. Not your wheels. Since essence endures and you can't plunge it for hype. The repayments commence next month. Roughly $500 monthly for eternity, at her tool shop wage. Each alert serves as a nudge. Chase foolish pursuits, claim foolish rewards. Or for her, chase foolish pursuits, claim serious accusations, forfeit all, and remit your former $500 monthly for the ensuing 63 years. Note, she attempted an audio series from her parents' pad titled Banned Yet Unbowed. Acts swiftly.